Corey Harrison's appearance has been described as looking like a junkie, which is surprising given his big personality, charm, and authenticity. These qualities have been crucial to the success of the show that made him a renowned celebrity and helped him build a successful entertainment career. As the oldest son of Rick Harrison, Corey was next in line to take over the family business following his grandfather's death and his father's plan. Metro Police arrested Pawn Stars Corey Harrison early Friday morning, accusing him of driving drunk. A police report obtained by 8 News Now says Harrison was swerving while driving a truck near Maine and Charleston. Corey Harrison's journey on Pawn Stars is marked by both triumph and heartache. Beyond fame, he faced a near-fatal motorcycle crash, personal losses, and 2 divorces. Despite these struggles, he remained dedicated to the family business and his role on the show. His life off-screen revealed the pain hidden behind the spotlight. Tune in as the shadows of his past hint at more untold stories, triumphs, tragedies, and a pawn shop dynasty. Corey, born in April 1983 in Las Vegas, came into the world as part of a family already deep into the pawn game. His grandpa, Richard Benjamin Harrison, and his dad, Rick Harrison, started the gold and silver pawn shop back in the early 1980s. Alongside his 5 siblings, the future businessman grew up around the shop, learning the trade from an early age. By the time he was 9 years old, he was already helping out at the store, soaking up everything he could about the business. But Corey had no idea fate held a twist that would alter his life forever. The shop was not always a famous landmark. It started as a modest secondhand store dealing in coins and jewelry. Over time, as Las Vegas grew, so did their business. "There's good and there's bad," Corey later said, noting how, as a family in the spotlight, he faced the challenge of being constantly approached by fans. "I have young children, and it's a real pain to try and go out to dinner somewhere without people just walking up wanting pictures and bothering us all the time." The turning point came in 2009 when the History Channel decided to take a chance on a show about a family-run pawn shop. That was when Pawn Stars was born, and the Harrison family became household names. On screen, Corey's laid-back personality came across as easygoing, but there were tensions bubbling under the surface. As the show gained popularity, Corey started wanting more control over the business. By season 6, he demanded a bigger cut of the shop's profits. He wanted 10% or threatened to walk away. Eventually, he got 5% with a promise of more down the line. This move showed that the reality star was not just another face on television. He meant business. Despite the family squabbles, the entrepreneur played a big part in the shop's success. He even got his childhood friend Chumlee a job at the shop when Chumlee was in his early 20s. Over time, Chumlee became one of the most entertaining and beloved figures on the show. The 2 friends, along with Rick, made appearances beyond Pawn Stars, even showing up in an episode of iCarly in 2014. They launched a game show called Pornography, adding another feather to their cap. But life was not always smooth sailing for the TV figure known for his hefty build. Corey hit a whopping 400 pounds at his heaviest. By the year 2010, the weight started to take a toll on his health, and doctors warned him about the risk of diabetes. That wake-up call pushed him to take drastic action. He underwent gastric band surgery, which helped him shed nearly 200 pounds. The transformation was nothing short of impressive, and the shop owner did not stop there. He completely changed his lifestyle, sticking to a healthier diet and exercising regularly. Boxing became his go-to workout, and he even got back into snowboarding, something he had not been able to do for years because of his size. In the midst of getting his health on track, Corey faced another scare. While riding his motorcycle at 40 miles per hour, he had to jump off to avoid a worse crash. Though he managed to survive, he ended up needing surgery on his hand, which required 8 screws and 2 plates. Despite the severity of the accident, he counted himself lucky to be alive. Tragedy struck the Harrison family in 2018 when his grandfather, Richard Benjamin Harrison, passed away at 77 years old due to Parkinson's disease. The loss hit the family hard, especially the 3rd-generation pawnbroker who had grown up working alongside his grandpa in the pawn shop. The old man's passing marked the end of an era for the Harrison family and the show. As if losing his grandpa wasn't tough enough, Corey's personal life took another hit when he and his second wife, Karina "Kiki" Harrison, divorced in September the same year. The couple cited their busy work schedules as the reason for the split, though they parted on good terms. Just a month after the divorce, they welcomed their son Richard Benjamin Harrison, named after the late family patriarch. Corey's first marriage had also ended in divorce. He married his high school sweetheart, Charlene, in 2009, but by 2015, the relationship was over. Charlene had worked at the pawn shop during their marriage, but after the split, she disappeared from the public eye. In 2023, Corey found himself in hot water again, this time due to a legal issue. While driving in Las Vegas, a police officer noticed his truck swerving on the road. The officer suspected he was under the influence and pulled him over. After failing a field sobriety test, Corey was taken to jail. Though he claimed he had only had one drink before being pulled over, the results showed otherwise, and he ended up being charged with driving under the influence, adding another blot to his record. If all that wasn't enough, the family faced yet another devastating blow in early 2024. Corey's younger brother, Adam Harrison, passed away at just 39 years old from a fentanyl and methamphetamine overdose. Adam's death was a harsh reminder of the opioid crisis sweeping across the country. The Harrison family mourned privately, but Corey shared a heartfelt post on social media expressing his grief and love for his brother. Through all these ups and downs, the television personality has remained a central figure on Pawn Stars. Despite rumors about health scares and personal troubles, he continues to show up, running the shop and keeping the family business alive alongside his father Rick and longtime friend Chumley. He is still a familiar face on television, with fans eagerly awaiting what's next for the Harrison family and their iconic pawn shop. Throughout his career, the seasoned businessman has built a reputation for being a shrewd negotiator. He learned early on how to spot valuable items and avoid getting scammed. One of his earliest lessons came when he was 19 years old. He thought he knew everything and ended up buying 5 fake Rolex watches. That mistake cost him a significant amount of money, but it taught him a valuable lesson about being cautious in the pawn business. Over the years, he has seen some truly remarkable items come through the doors of the gold and silver pawn shop. From rare sports memorabilia to expensive jewelry and even historical artifacts, the shop has had its fair share of unique finds. One memorable instance involved a man who drove up in a luxury car with a trunk full of silver worth millions. Another time, a gambler pawned his Ferrari early in the morning after a night of heavy losses at the casino. Not all items brought to the shop are accepted, though. The expert pawnbroker and his team have had to turn down some bizarre offerings over the years. Live animals, human skulls from a dental school, and questionable antiques that could cause legal trouble. His experience in the business has made him adept at quickly assessing whether an item is worth taking or not. Beyond the pawn shop, Corey has also been involved in various other ventures. He has become a well-known public figure, appearing at events and speaking engagements. His weight loss journey and personal transformation have inspired many, and he has often spoken about the importance of health and fitness. Despite the fame and fortune that Pawn Stars has brought him, he has always remained grounded. He credits his family, particularly his father and grandfather, for instilling in him a strong work ethic and a sense of responsibility. He has often said that the success of the shop is a result of years of hard work and dedication from multiple generations of the Harrison family.